Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to start streaming some games on this channel. And I might start with Hogwarts Legacy. So let's check out this gameplay and see what it's looking like. They just dropped this gameplay 8 days ago. And they have 46 minutes. Okay, so it's a interview plus some gameplay. Okay. All right. Let's get right into it. That looks beautiful. Can you imagine this being, I don't know if any of y'all has ever played Grand Theft Auto roleplay. Can you imagine this being roleplay? Have its own 5M? This would be nice.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first Hogwarts Legacy gameplay stream. I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and we've got a lot of really exciting stuff to show you today. But before we get into showing you the game and gameplay, I have a few wonderful guests that I need.
These are your presets. So a lot like other games, there's some initial settings that you can choose for your character.
Look how far
just kind of
gaming
get them
has
into
come.
like the ballpark of what you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to change.
Oh man!
And then once you're in that ballpark, all of the other tabs let you dial that in.
Look at the
be exactly who you want to
diversity.
be. It's our goal with this is to make sure
Look at
that
this.
for anyone that fantasized about bringing
The
themselves
black
to the
girl's
school
hair.
for
Yeah.
the very first time,
Yeah.
that they feel like they have the options in order to represent who they are and essentially bring themselves to
Look at
Hogwarts
the
or
white
whatever
girl's
character
hair.
they want to bring to Hogwarts.
Oh my god!
That's
And
nice.
options galore. Do you mind if I try to put myself in here right quick?
This is all about you
Okay,
today.
okay. All right. So, okay, yeah, that's me. We're here. That's me right there. All right, so that's step one.
We're
So,
pretty close, but let's look at everything
Okay,
here. You
let's
know,
go over
play
here.
around with some of these options, like really.
All right, so what are we looking at with this option over here?
Look at the texture of the hair. Yes. Look at the face. Yes. That is black shit. Thank you. It's about doggone time a company got it right. I mean, look at how this game looks. I remember these games. Man. Now this was gaming for me.
I've only played Game Boy Color. Why did I do something like this?
And you put the thing where you if the thing won't work and you had to blow into it. Oh man, let me see if he shows any gameplay, any graphics.
To solve that issue, I just did some careful planning. At the beginning of April, I ignored How and Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
Oh, PlayStation 2, Tony Hawk Underground 2. Yeah, look at these graphics. Look how bad this shit is. I remember this. Oh man, you went from these kind of graphics to this kind of graphics. Boy, I'm telling you, boy, it's getting more real every year, boy.
With the tab, I see face stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of the different faces that you saw in the...
All right, so they got the face. All right, so let's get into, wow, hold on. Look at this.
Oh, I like that. That is cute. Oh,
Look at the texture.
okay, so
That's it.
little behind the scenes. I used to have this type of hair like way back, but
was it purple?
I wanted silver tips, so that was the closest I got to any color. But oh my gosh, this is so cool. So you literally can bring yourself. Like it's a myriad of textures and different hairstyles.
Let's,
You know,
keep
this is where you
going.
finalize everything. You're not choosing your house.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I kind of have a big face. Yeah, my eyebrows kind of sit kind of low.
You can get scars.
But I mean, literally, you have so many options just starting the game. I feel like I'm going to be here like forever.
All right, Andrew's got some gameplay pulled up
Look
for
at
us
this.
here. We are starting out.
The map ugly as shit though. They couldn't have did a better job with that map. That map ugly, but everything else look good.
James, there you are. You're wearing the House Fanatic robes from the account linking.
Thank you. I do look good. And this is our first look at the Hufflepuff Common Room, I'm assuming.
So kind of going over it from right to left, on the bottom right is what we call our spell diamond.
Mm-hmm.
So those are, everything that you see in it are slottable spells. So we have over 20 slottable spells that you can earn.
The music in the background it's amazing. Listen to that.
Over the course of the game.
Okay.
And that's where the player can place them and use them and access them very quickly. To the top left of that is, you'll see the D-pad, and on the left is an eyeball, and on the right is a bit of a grid. So the eyeball is an example of one of, not a slottable spell, but what we call an essential spell. There are certain spells that are used in very specific contexts, or that we just want on the controller at all times. And Revelio is one of those. That's left on the D-pad. On the right on the D-pad is that grid represents where you might slot spells. And so right now, today, we're not going to be going into the spell slotting menu because
Man,
gorgeous.
what?
And I'm calling out here, this is unique music that you're hearing for the Hufflepuff Common Room. Go back to those Common Room videos we released, you'll notice the music's a little bit different, and that is entirely intentional.
we just want to welcome you to your common room in every single house, just a little bit differently. You can customize that experience right away.
Oh my God, that's so
NPCs
awesome.
to fill
Look
out
at
the
that.
room. Good.
So I mean, beautiful design.
Notice they're not showing the NPCs because them motherfuckers do not look good. Look, you see that shit? You see that? Yeah, they got some work to do right there, boy. I might not get this bitch day one.
Oh, look at that.
We could spend like the entire rest of the stream just in the common room here and talking about it, and I'm sure Boston and James could be like,
You see, they did a good job moving the camera so you ain't got to see that shit.
geeking out over it.
All the details come from J.K. Rowling's writings for this common room. The round doors, the hanging vines, even the dancing badgers on the fireplace.
It's got a real earthy vibe.
Yeah.
It's very, very earthy.
Which is like elements for each of the houses, right? Like,
Hufflepuff is earth, Ravenclaw's air, Gryffindor is fire, and Slytherin is water. We
Wow.
really leaned into that for each common room.
Wow.
So if it feels earthy, we've got a little earthen passageway. That's what we were. Hopefully, it should feel very familiar.
Yeah, it does.
Andrew's going to make use of one of our spells, Revelio.
use Revelio right here because there's a little magic going on.
You notice a little something there. Yeah. So these are something that we kind of interchangeably call Revelio pages or lore pages. And you'll notice a bunch of things pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
You see that we got some
XP.
XP for it. And you can also see that we've advanced something called like a field guide challenge up in the corner. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So we had to ask ourselves, what?
Continue, I'm sorry.
There may be something you may or may not be able to tickle there.
Yeah.
But in our game, we had to answer the question, we're a late fifth year. What does that mean? How do we catch up to the other students?
Okay.
And so we have an answer to that
was
question,
nice.
and it's given to you by the staff. So there's something that we call the Wizard's Field Guide that's granted to you early on in the game. And the Wizard's Field Guide is how you actually work on catching up with the other students. So Andrew, if you hit pause for me up here, before we push forward a little bit, you can see in our pause menu, it's got this book theme.
Wow.
That's your Wizard's Field Guide. And you can see your house kind of crest
in the middle,
overlaid
yeah.
over it.
Okay,
Right? And you
okay.
can see that on your level as well. So that the field guide has this magical property of looking out into the world around you. And the reason why it's on loan from the Ministry of Magic and the professors have granted it to you as a late fifth year student is because they want it to help you catch up to the other kids. And its magical property is to discover different opportunities to learn and grow all around you.
Castle
And when
is.
you see things like you'll notice a bridge over there, that's a place you can go to and cross. Like
Yeah.
everything that you see is a place that you can visit.
Everything that you see is a place that you can visit. So if I want to go way the fuck out there, I can go visit it. That's interesting.
Wow.
We put a lot of effort in making it feel really alive. Not just with student population, but even just the greenery and stuff. It's Scotland.
Yeah.
And this castle's been here for hundreds of years. So just kind of the moss and all the trees that have overgrown it. And
Oh my gosh.
That landscape, that
This
Scottish.
location might look a little familiar to you.
I thought I recognized it. I believe this is from the Spring ASMR, and yes, so that puzzle right there, that view, Andrew is taking us right back to
I am
that.
going to tell Andrew not to interact with that puzzle and to keep moving on.
No.
We can't spoil everything. We can't give you everything, right?
Hogwarts
It's,
contains a lot of secrets.
Oh my God.
But this is this grand entryway right here.
I see they need to work on some stuff. I feel you though. I feel you though.
The hub
Oh my
of
God.
a lot of the castle.
Even the color, visually, you can just tell, okay, green,
Oh, green, go that
greenhouse,
way.
oh my God.
A lot of it'll be subconscious, but
Yeah.
it'll help you really learn the castle and feel like you know your
What's
way
that?
around.
Go get it. Go get
That's
it.
not to say that it's easy to learn. All of us here still get pretty lost in it
It
on a
is a
daily
castle.
basis.
It
It's a
is.
castle.
Great point.
I love that Andrew's definitely teasing a lot of things here. I'm noticing he's swinging the camera this way and that.
Yeah.
He's got this grin on his face over there that's just like, yeah, I know what
That
I'm
statue
doing. I know
is
what I'm
from the reveal trailer. There's that dragon. Oh my
This
God.
is another location where the students will gather. So we've set up a training dummy, and this is kind of an activity where you're supposed to execute according to kind of the iconography on the top. Now, what we see on the top is the Accio spell, followed by 4 what we just kind of lovingly refer to as basic shots. There's certain spells what the wizards kind of like use, just kind of fling. Andrew's using one now. And you trigger that by tapping R2 on your controller. So you can see in the corner R2. So if you tap R2, that throws out a basic shot. But that R2 is also your gateway to all of the spells that you might slot. So if you hold R2 instead, you can see how the diamond expands. And if we let go, you see how it contracts.
Yeah.
And so if you hold it again, it expands. You can gain additional spell diamonds, up to 4 additional ones, so that you can slot up to 16 spells, pretty much instantly.
Yes.
And then that helped us fulfill the fantasy of in combat, I need to be able to access things very rapidly.
Yeah.
And so you learn over the course of these events, how to juggle not just the spell casting, but also it reinforces an understanding of another feature of the wheel, which is their cooldowns. So as you're casting spells, just to make sure that you're not just kind of like repeatedly using one thing over and over and over again, you can see cooldowns on the spells that he's using on the wheel. And then as you progress through the game, there are different things that can affect things, like cooldowns through your talents, different things that allow you to kind of like juggle and adjust and update those things. And so if you hold down R2 and you tap the D-pad, it will switch between your other diamonds if you've unlocked them. And that's how you access all those.
Oh man. It looks like we're about to get some action over here.
Yeah. So this is a great way to kind of learn how to pull things together,
So you
pull those
Leviosa
combos
right
together.
Here. Yeah. Tap, Accio, tap, tap, tap. Awesome.
Well done,
Andrew.
And that's just against the dummy, but I mean,
I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
I think now we can take on something a little more challenging. It's going to shoot back.
Now let's talk about
Yeah, let's see that.
just because I know people are going to go into it, but we can probably just kind of jump in. You're not the only one that has Protego and the ability to deflect. The enemies do too. And we actually play with that when it comes to the spell casting. So you notice that there are different colored kind of shields around the different characters. And you also notice that your spells have different colors on them. So to help players understand kind of like the function of their spells, we're trying to put them into brackets.
That's
so
nice.
there are damage spells, there are force spells, there are, I'm forgetting the other one, all of a sudden, control spells.
I like
And
this.
so those things for the player, they wind up also being a color indicator for which actual spell to use to break the different shields that enemies can use. That way it rewards kind of like that close attention that you're paying on things.
We've got this paused here now, and you can kind of see all the elements on the screen, the halo around the avatar's head, each of the different shields, to kind of give us a breakdown of what's
Give us
going
a breakdown
on.
of different things that you're saying. Our attack Stupefy that actually stuns the enemy. And you can use that even in your combos and stuff. So if you're focused on a character, you know, and you're doing your thing, and someone else attacks you, you can actually turn that attack into a direct attack on the person that you're comboing.
Back into gameplay here. Andrew's gonna pretty handily finish these other students off here, win this duel.
Look how fast it is. It's like a dance.
It really is.
Yeah, we really felt like in the movies, there's almost like a.
The music.
It's kind of like a. There's this element of kind of like fencing from a very great distance.
That's such a good call.
And there were a lot of things that we had to do with.
The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
And that is more or less going to wrap it up for us for now, for what we wanted to show you. Character creator, tour of Hogwarts.
Oh man, that is Hogwarts Legacy. I am going to be streaming games on my channel. Hit a like if you would like that. Hit a dislike if you wouldn't like that. But I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace.